Hey everyone, it's Elizabeth here. So today I just wanted to make a quick video in regards to 5 things that are your birthright. So if you have a spiritual perspective in life, everybody talks about how you have a birthright to certain things in this existence on planet Earth. And I do agree. And I believe it is our birthright to question certain things, whether it's your faith or why you're on this planet, and just question certain things in general. I know that during a lot of my spiritual experiences of finding myself or finding my soul's purpose, I went through a lot of questioning in regards to the purpose and the meaning of life and things. So I just wanted to share some thoughts on the 5 things that I think is your birthright as part of having this human experience on this planet. So the first one, question your life's purpose. I think that's really common. I believe that everybody is on this planet for a specific reason, and we have free will to choose what we want to do in our life. I do think some people are meant to be mothers. I think some people are meant to revolutionize the world. Some people are meant to work in agriculture or environmental concerns, and other people are meant to work in the government. I don't think that there's anything wrong with being called to a certain area of life. And so I think when you're looking at soul reincarnation, I think this is very common for people to question, what is the purpose of my life? I see this a lot in working in corporate fitness, where a lot of people are just very drained and exhausted for working for a corporation. And the reason why is because all of their energy is spent to making someone richer. So for example, something like Amazon, a lot of these people are spinning their wheels and working at such a high capacity, like they're on a freight train, in order to make the person at the top a lot richer. And obviously they have a great salary and a great life too, and they kind of desire that same level of existence, but they get burnt out, and at some point they want more in life, and they're going to question certain things such as should I become a baker? Like, baking is my dream. I would love to own a bakery, or maybe I'll go and work in fitness. I think these are very common things to question. What is your life purpose? The second thing that I think is your birthright is to question God and the meaning or the purpose of life in general. So for example, everyone is different. We all know this. Everybody can perceive something in a different light. So for example, if 10 different people are looking at a tree, a few of the people might think of it as something beautiful, another person might think of it as a grand structure, other people might think of it as the most hideous thing that was ever created. So our perceptions and perspectives are very different in life. But I do think during times of hardships, or when we hit rock bottom or going through certain obstacles in life, I think it's very common to question God or the meaning of God and the meaning of life in general. From my perspective, the meaning of life is that our soul is here on this planet to develop itself and to learn different lessons. And so a lot of times we tend to think of wanting to have life to be this harmonious journey that everything comes through life easily, and I don't think that's necessarily the case. I find that actually a lot of spiritually wise people have very difficult lives, and from their perspective, their soul chose this path in this life to kind of overcome certain obstacles to graduate to the next step and level in life. And so I think some lives we reincarnate are easier than others, and some lives we're just not gifted with very many things that come to us easily. Therefore, we do have to put forth a little bit more hard work and time towards healing ourselves. So I think when people do want to question the meaning of life, you can find this through a myriad of different ways. You can go through religious components, you can talk to, new age spiritual people, you can go on your own spiritual pilgrimage. There's so many ways to question the meaning of life, but it is your birthright. It's your birthright to know whatever your truth may be. I tend to try to use that word truth lightly because everybody has their own truth. But as you go through your own life and you meet certain people that enter your life path, I think it's very prevalent to have these people influence your perceptions and perceptions and perspectives on life that help find the meaning of why you're here. So the first and the second question, or the first and the second step, kind of go a little bit in common. But I think the third thing that is your birthright is to find joy and happiness. So happiness is an emotion. It's like the ocean. It's going to ebb and flow. It will come and go. But joy is an attitude of the heart. We are here for so many different reasons, but it is your birthright to be happy and to find joy and the meaning in life. I honestly do not understand these toxic work environments. I do not understand being a toxic person or wanting to get revenge or to put toxicity in other people's lives. Like, my brain is not wired that way. But you do have a choice to find peace, happiness, and serenity in your own life. And so if this is your birthright, you do have to do a little bit of your work. You can go out and question what is happiness. And you can also go out and choose to intermingle with toxic people or to put up a border and a boundary in your life and not welcome that to you. So you can find peace and serenity. Joy and happiness is something that we all strive for, but nobody really wants to work at it, and nobody really wants to develop themselves internally in order to find joy and happiness. But it is your birthright. So feeling like shit all the time doesn't do anything really good in ourselves, right? It tends to make us want to be lonely. It tends to make us want to eat worse food. But the point is, you're choosing to be lonely, you're choosing not to socialize, but you're also choosing to put certain types of food and energy in your system, whether that would be fast food, drugs, alcohol, different things, that will continue the cycle of feeling like crap. So at some point you have to draw the line in the sand and choose happiness and choose joy by uplifting yourself with things that you love doing, by fulfilling yourself internally with positive energy, which a lot of it that comes from food, from nature, and the people that you interact with. All right, so the fourth thing that I think is your birthright is to evolve your soul. So I already mentioned that. Evolving your soul means that you're going to be going through times of hardship. Not many people have a life where things come easily to them. And in fact, when it comes to certain things like Hollywood and all these amazing Marvel movies, we tend to idolize these characters who also go through hardship, or they're trying to battle the dark side of life, or a dark planet, or a dark force. So they're battling some form of darkness, and that's how the soul evolves. It might step into darkness for a little bit, but in order to find its right path to go back toward the light, to reach for the light. So you are here to evolve your soul, and that will be through plenty of lessons, whether that's coming through lessons of love from your parents, your siblings, your work relationships. The more you can keep evolving, the quote-unquote better things will become, because in your future obstacles, you will be better equipped mentally and spiritually to overcome those situations, or just to understand how to not get involved in certain toxic things, just because now you understand how to handle that situation from maybe a logical and spiritual perspective. So the fifth thing that is your birthright is inner peace. This goes a little bit alongside with finding joy and happiness, but we all, I don't like to use the word deserve too often, but we all deserve to have inner peace. But you also have to play a role in finding inner peace, whether that would be walking away from toxic coworkers, walking away from toxic relationships. If you want to have inner peace, you have to not let certain things into your life. You don't want to be a garage where a bunch of shit is just coming inside of you. You have to kind of be that temple and be this strong, beautiful structure that has some goals and standards in life, but you're not just going to let anything into your mind, body, or spirit. inner peace is really necessary nowadays. We are getting at a height in America in terms of unstable mindsets. Obviously, if you open up the news, you can read a bunch of different stories, and a lot of the root cause is coming from a lack of stability in our mental health. I mean, to want to harm or to kill yourself or someone else, that obviously is not normal. To want to create all this drama and all this toxic stuff in our lives or in our governments and things like this is not healthy. It's not going to lead anywhere. So inner peace is your birthright, but you have to choose to walk that path as well. It's all of the 5 topics or points, key points that I mentioned. It all revolves around having a little bit of work and action that comes from our end of the spectrum. So I would love to hear what you think on certain things that are your birthright. Obviously, we can all sit here and think of mundane, logistical, kind of earthly, material plane things like, oh, the government should pay for our education and this, that, and the other. But that's not what I'm talking about here. It's not this. That's a whole completely different topic. But there are certain things that are your birthright. It's questioning the heavens. It's questioning the stars, the constellations. It's questioning God or what is the purpose and meaning of your life and why are you here on this planet. A lot of people do have genuine hearts that they want to help other people. And I think that it's very common for a lot of people who are more nurturing type of individuals to want to bring healthy work environments or just to bring certain therapies to people's lives to help them have a better and healthier life. So these are my thoughts for today. Please subscribe below, help me build this channel, and there are some more blog links posted down below that will help kind of shed some light on some further topics that revolve around this concept. And I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Bye.